Do you have like a claims template document? Because I can understand what you're sort of saying, you know, in terms of sell because you're very passionate about what you're doing, that kind of thing. Do you have something as a starting point?
We used to have something called Tool A and Tool B, which we had on our website. I didn't like them. If you pick up one of our leaflets, there's a web address in there. If you go to the web address and you scroll down, there's a paragraph or there's a section headed how to show the project is R&D within the tax definition. And that gives you a little bit of guidance as to how to prepare a narrative description of the R&D project. If you come to us, we're also more than happy to drop you a few lines. It's one of the things we can do on email. We can drop you a few lines to say how we like to see the R&D narrative set out, but it broadly follows the information on the website. When it comes to a breakdown of costs, we like to see a very high level breakdown of the costs included in the claim. And when I say very high level, that's not per project. That's basically the 5 categories of expenditure that I showed you. It's how much of your £50,000, £100,000 R&D spend fell into each of those categories.
Can I just go through the panels? I think, I get the same sense. There's no formulaic, simple response to this, but the sense I got when I bounced these KTP applications up to these guys, and they said, "Oh, that's not R&D," I was a bit startled, was there clearly are a number of key questions that Andrew is trying to tick spot. Can we just go along the line and just see what is the key question you think is trying to answer, and then take a fresh question each time, so we see if we run through well. What's from your point of view, Katie, what would you say is the first question they're trying to answer?
But the key point HMRC are trying to understand, from our perspective, or from what I've seen, is what was uncertain, what was scientifically or technologically uncertain about what you did. And Andrew, as Andrew's mentioned, they're looking for a layman's description of why it was technologically or scientifically uncertain. So that's what you're trying to convey. That's, to my mind, the most important question that you're trying to set the inspector's mind at rest on.
Another one?
That is the most important.
I'm going to put you on the spot, sorry.
But what I would say is that you need to set that against the context of, of why that was uncertain, against the industry, the level of publicly available information in that sort of technology area. So just because something's not known to you or not clear to you, if competitors are doing it routinely and it's well known the different techniques for how to do something, then that wouldn't necessarily be a technological uncertainty. It would be so setting it against the context of what is well known information in the industry. And just to add, once you've then got your uncertainty, that is the starting point. That then leads you to think about what the advance is and what the new knowledge is, because resolving or not being able to resolve your uncertainty, that leads to the technological advance, that leads to the new knowledge, so that they're all quite closely related.
So you don't need to know the answer before you start, because that's again a dilemma.
No, you need to, you need to know what the problems are,
yeah.
Articulate the problems from a technology point of view, and then start working on them. And that's the point when your R&D clock starts ticking, when you start work on those, and you will find out more as you go along. That is your new knowledge, that's your advance.
Okay, fine. David, poor old David.
I know. I think it's the point where you need to start on that side of the table next.
You wish you'd been asked first. They were both fantastic answers.
Brilliant.
And they are the 2 key points I would say that you need to consider. And one of the difficulties is, how do you demonstrate what's not already in the marketplace? How do you be certain that there's nothing else out there? And advisors, that's something that we, I suppose, rely on the companies to demonstrate and show that you know your market better than anyone else, for you to articulate why this isn't already in the marketplace and why no competent professional will be able to deduce the answer to the problem without undertaking significant R&D spend.